In today's video, I talk about behaviour, and I'll give you some tools and ways to approach it so that you understand that maybe the behaviour you're seeing on the outside isn't true to what's on the inside. Hi there, and this is a video that kind of follows on the back of another video, and it's something I mentioned in it, and I thought, oh, that's an interesting subject I wanted to explore further or share with you further, and it won't take too much of your time. And it's really about kind of internal and external, about behavior that's kind of externalized and the intention that's internalized, which sounds kind of heavy and it's not meant to. It's just really just an observation I want to share with you that you can take away and use or just be aware of. This is also a bit of an insight into me about how I have conversations with people, because it gives you an understanding of what I'm seeing, and maybe that can be useful for you. And I'll invite you to consider this and invite to take on board if you want to, or dismiss if you don't agree with it. It's absolutely fine. As I see it, the external, the things we kind of output, our language, our body language, our behavior, the external stuff, how we interact with people, is behavior that is filtered through a number of layers. But its source, it starts at the intention, what's inside us, a starting point. Now, sometimes, or maybe more often than we realize, the intention isn't always displayed as a behavior. And I share this because it becomes a very useful filter to see someone if they're struggling with something, if their behavior isn't great. I'm going to take children for a great example. My own, the primary example is that when they're behaving in a certain way, it's a representation of how they're feeling inside, but maybe not expressed in a very subtle, clean or clear way. One could say adults have the same issue as well. But I use it as a kind of exaggerated example, is that a child can have a tantrum, break things, run around or run off, and we can as parents get very upset and we react to that. But that's just the behaviour. That's how they're outputting what's inside them. The minute we can understand that, and we can begin to actually take some distance, we don't get so dragged into us being upset with their behaviour, we can start to begin to notice what is the intention. What is it they want to communicate? What is actually going on for them? And I bring this to your attention because it is really useful, particularly with children, to actually take the time to ask that question. What's the intention behind here? What is it they are looking to say or express? Imagine that you have a carpenter who is absolutely amazing and has all the right tools, all the right chisels available in front of them, but can only reach 2 or 3 to make a chair or a desk or a table. And they try, and it doesn't look exactly as they want it to be because these tools are only a few of them. Imagine that scenario for a child. The child is the one who's only got a few tools to express themselves. They don't have all the other chisels and the other tools needed to more subtly, more articulately be able to express themselves. If we can get to that point, we can understand with a bit more compassion that we need to ask them better questions, or give them the space to calm down, give them some understanding that maybe they need to calm down before we decide how we're going to respond to it. In more of a grown-up world, it's the same kind of thing. Sometimes people can get angry and upset at certain things on the external. This is the output, how they're giving you their response. But internally, they're feeling hurt over something. If we have a job at all, it's about looking to find out what is happening behind that. Get us from that external outburst to what's really bothering them. What is it for them that's got them upset? It's not always just the person they are letting out on. It can be something unrelated. It can be a work thing. It could be something as simple as not putting the milk on the milk bottle. It can be as easy as that. But what I'm inviting you to consider is that behavior is the externalized representation of internal thinking or feeling. It's sometimes not great. It's sometimes really rubbish. But if we can understand that we are trying to express ourselves and we're not doing a great job of it, then as a listener, or maybe as a target sometimes, we can take a step back and begin to appreciate maybe this person needs some help. They need some space and support. Maybe they don't need me shouting back. Maybe they don't need me storming off. Maybe they need compassion, space, calming down, and then an opportunity to discuss and share what was on their mind. Okay, here's a great example, I guess. It's quite simple. Road rage. Something happens and you imagine either you've got a road rage or the other person has. It doesn't matter really. But something's happened where two cars have nearly collided and people are coming out of their cars and they're getting angry. Now, in that scene, in that moment, what's actually happening? Are they actually angry at John, who's cut them up or come out really close? Or is it actually they're just really scared for a second then that they were going to die? Or that were there children next to them, what would have happened? Their behaviour is aggression, but what's happening is terror that they were going to get killed or the family were going to get injured. The intention behind the road rage is fear or scared or aggression because of what could have happened. And the behaviour is the aggression. It could be verbal, it could be physical. And those frustrations are really important to recognise. So, just get curious. We can get curious, get interested, and get a different angle, because maybe you being a bit calmer, maybe exactly what they need to feel better, calm themselves down, and maybe then express how they're feeling. I'm not saying this is going to be a magic one moment. None of these things ever are. But if incrementally these help, you can pull these tools together in a particular moment that you need them. I feel guaranteed for you that you're going to find you'll get better results, more useful results, not just for yourself, but the person you're interacting with. So take that and see when you notice it. I hope you get some value from it, and thank you for your time, and please have a wonderful day wherever you are.